you see in people and experiences in life is actually a reflection of what you think about yourself. What's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nay. If you're new, thank you so much for watching this video. So today's video is a Manifestation Wednesday video, basically a law of attraction video that I post every single Wednesday. And today's video is going to be all about the ego and becoming more self-aware. So I've been wanting to make this video for quite some time. I actually have a book that I am going to be reading about the ego. I haven't started yet because I've been binge reading Harry Potter for fall, but I promise I will make other videos once I learn more about the ego and what it is. So I've done a ton of research and it's something that I recently have discovered. I'm quite interested in learning more about just to become a more happier and positive, true me. So what is the ego? The cognitive thinking responsible for who we think we are, like our identity, which is not our true identity. It's actually a false identity that we have grown accustomed to based on our experiences, the people that are in our life, and society. Think about when you're like little, when you're just born, and who you are. You didn't have a favorite football team, you didn't have a horoscope, you didn't have religion, you were just your true self. Over the experiences that we have in our life and the people that we meet and society and the culture that we are grown up in, we are kind of transformed into this person of who we are. If you guys know anything about Jim Carrey right now, people are thinking he's crazy and everything, but he says there is no Jim Carrey. And that's kind of what drew me into this, like, what does he mean by this? And I think what he's thinking about is like talking about the ego. There is no Nay, like someone gave me that name, I wasn't born with it. It's not who I am. There's actually a higher self, which is when you become more self-aware. And this is your true identity of who you are. And it's pure and positive and doesn't have any judgmental. It's your pure identity, it's your pure self, it's positive, and it's love. So the ego is basically like a mask, your title, your roles, your self-image. It's what you and everyone else thinks of who you are. It has multiple identities. So for example, who I am when I'm babysitting, who I am when I talk to my parents, with my boyfriend, who I am with my boss, who I am with all these different people. I kind of molded myself and created this identity of who I am based on these different circumstances in life. And that is and stems from the ego. The ego and your self-identity of who you think you are is constantly evolving because life throws us different experiences and different people and all this. So it's a constant, ever-changing growth. And I think the ego has benefits to it. I think there's a reason why we do this, but I think knowing your true self and becoming more self-aware is the most you can do in order to create a happy life for yourself. If you follow the ego-driven thoughts, you're not going to be as happy as if you were to follow your true identity and your higher self and your authentic self. So what are some thoughts and things that are created from the ego? These are things like negative emotions and negative thoughts. So I wrote down a few of them just for examples, and I have obsessed, fear, attached, offended, need for approval, superiority, I don't know how to say that word, feeling superior or inferior to other people, judging, complaining, blaming. That all stems from the ego. Think about when you first came into this world. Did you have any of those, like, could you do any of those things? No, you couldn't, because you didn't know what society told you to be. So in order to find your true authentic self, you need to become more self-aware. I don't think there's ever a perfect time that you are 100% self-aware. I think it's extremely hard to kind of dig deeper and find out who you are because of everything that society has put on you and for how long you've been doing it for. I'm 23. I've been living this particular lifestyle and had these people in my life that I have for 23 years. So I don't think it's necessarily letting go of the ego completely and only becoming self-aware. I think it's increasing my self-awareness and being conscious of digging down deeper into like my subconscious and my truer self, my authentic self, and living the best way that I can in a happier life. And it kind of explains things like why we're fearful, why we're obsessed, why we're feeling superior to other people. So I have done a list of things here. I have 7 things here that can help you become more self-aware and not base your life so much on who you think you are, aka your ego. So the first thing I have here is meditation. Sitting down with your thoughts and just being with yourself and being in the present moment and just grounding to earth is the most you will ever be. There's nothing there to halt your experience in meditation. It's just you, yourself, and your thoughts and the universe and the earth. And I think meditation is super important for becoming more self-aware. It helps you control your thoughts, control yourself, and just be there, just be. And something that I actually like to do is I like to take a bath and meditate. That's like my favorite ultimate way to meditate. So the second thing that I have here is to analyze your thoughts and ask why. So I have a lot of things written about this one. Something that you could do is write down your goals and prioritize them and ask why are they your goals? What are you doing it for? Are you doing it for a feeling of something? Are you doing it to prove something to other people? And sit down and think, is this what I really, really want, and why do I want this? It digs deeper into your thought patterns, like your subconscious, that you didn't know, like you want this because to prove to someone else. Or do you really truly want it to become a better you and to spread positive light and energy to people? Like, do you want money so that you can prove to your sister that you're better than her? Or did you want to spread love and positive energy and experience life and explore the universe with the money that you have? Like, why do you want these things, and why are you prioritizing them in this certain way? Dig deep, like really dig deep and ask why. Another thing that you can do is if you're ever like getting road rage, or if you ever catch yourself acting from your ego and you're just creating a negative circumstance, like you're getting impatient, you're just like judging someone, take a step back and look at yourself from the outside. Why are you having these thoughts? Why are you becoming so impatient? Get in the present moment and like literally take a step back and say, why am I becoming impatient? Why am I having these thoughts? Look around at everything that you have to be grateful for at this moment. Why are you focusing on that one impatient part of your story in your life right now when there's so many different things that you could be like focusing on and creating positive energy and positive vibration rather than lowering yourself down because of your ego? A lot of these actually stem from like childhood experiences. Just remember that what you focus on, you become. I think also another powerful quote that I've learned is that whatever you see in people and experiences in life is actually a reflection of what you think about yourself. So the third thing that I have is to think out loud. Sometimes saying your thoughts out loud help you analyze them better. For example, you can journal. That's kind of like taking them and putting them out in front of you and seeing them. You can talk to a therapist. You can talk to yourself, hell, if you really want to. When you say it and you see it out in front of you, it helps you analyze and kind of figure out why you're having these thoughts. Are they stemming from ego, or are they stemming from self-awareness, and how can you better control the thoughts? Something that I always do is if I'm focusing on something so negative and I'm just getting overwhelmed and annoyed and stressed about it, I really just take a step back and I'm like, I'm literally focusing on this one thing so much. I've said so many thoughts in my head about this thing that I can't control, so what's the point of even like focusing on it? So I shift my focus on something else, because when I said it in my head, it didn't seem like that big of a deal, but when I actually verbalize and say it, it's like repetition and repetition. It's just like, that's why I'm not feeling so good. So the fourth thing that I have is to focus on the process rather than the outcome. This is kind of like being in the present moment. When you focus on the outcome of like what's going to be, you tend to get obsessed and stressed, and you get these like negative emotions, rather than when you're focusing in the process, you're focusing on the experiences in life and you're being in the present, you're showing gratitude. So the fourth thing that I have is gratitude. I think gratitude is super important. If you guys watched my Manifestation Wednesday video last week, I actually talked about the 10-part step process of creating like your reality, and there are 5 parts of it was appreciating and showing gratitude for what you have now, and that's half of it. I think when I'm showing gratitude, I live so much happier and I manifest things so much more into my life. Never underestimate the power of gratitude. It is insane and it will do wonders for your life. So the sixth thing that I have is focus on experiences rather than possessions. I think possessions can in turn create experiences, but when you tend to focus on materialistic things and what people and things possess rather than what they bring to you and help you grow and spiritually and physically and everything, I think that all stems from the ego. For example, if you want a boyfriend and you're trying to manifest love and you just want all these things and they have to look like this and they have to have this money and they have to have this job and this hair, that all stems from the ego. None of that helps you grow as a person and helps you help them grow. What's something that they can bring to you to help you grow and learn and experience life in an amazing way? And something else that I think is super important is, like, let's say home furniture. Okay, yeah, that's a possession, that's like a materialistic thing, but does it bring you joy? Yes, it does bring me joy. Are you focusing only on that? No, I'm focusing on what it brings me. It brings me home and experiences with my family and comfort and security. And I think you don't have to like not focus on materialistic possessional things. I think focusing on what they bring to you and help you grow as a person and learn, that's what you need to hold on to. So try not to think so much into the possession and the materialistic concept of all of these things. So last but not least is positive thinking. A lot of the times people tend to think negative thoughts, they think contradicting thoughts, which again I've talked about in my last video. A lot of people don't finish a thought without contradicting what they said. For example, using words like but, when this happens, I can't do this unless this happens. You tend to discourage yourself, and all of this comes from your past and the experiences that you had and your ego. Everything is possible, everything is attainable if you are just positive and think positive thoughts and put positive vibrational energy out there. There are so much more things that I can talk about in accordance to the ego and self-awareness. Like I said, I'm going to be reading this book, and once I finish that, it's an Eckhart Tolle book, so I think my mind's just gonna be like, poof. It's gonna be so much more self-aware and help explain the concept a little bit better. Right now it's just more of an interest and I wanna learn more and more about it. So I'm absorbing all the information that I can about this topic. If you guys have anything beneficial to say, you guys always do. You guys always increase my awareness in life and everything and the law of attraction. So please let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you guys have any other video requests for Manifestation Wednesday videos or just any videos that I post. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys all in another video soon. Bye guys!